It was a brutal, icy January night in Denver, the kind where the wind howls like a pack of starving wolves clawing at the windows when I trudged home after a marathon coding session in my basement, exhausted, frozen, and craving a hot shower. I'd been grinding on a new blockchain project, my fingers numb from typing, my head buzzing with algorithms. I pushed open the front door, expecting the usual, my dog Max bounding over, Tara maybe stirring something on the stove, but instead, I walked into a scene that ripped my soul clean out of my chest, my wife, Tara, tangled up in a steamy, desperate kiss with my best friend, Matt Drayton, right there in our kitchen. She had one hand gripping his neck, pulling him close, and the other clutching a kitchen knife, hovering it over a photo of me, my face, smiling from last summer's hiking trip, now drenched in something that stank like gasoline, the liquid pooling on the counter, catching the dim light with an oily sheen. The blade glinted wickedly like it was itching to carve me out of existence. "What the hell are you doing with my damn face, you backstabbing bastards?" I roared, my voice exploding through the house like a thunderclap, raw and jagged with disbelief. I slung my backpack off my shoulder and chucked it to the floor, the crash boomed off the walls, my laptop skidding across the hardwood with a sharp, grating scrape that sounded like my life breaking apart. Tara yelped, "Ryan, no, wait, please," her voice cracking as the knife slipped from her trembling fingers, clattering onto the tiles with a metallic ring that echoed in my skull. Her apron was smeared with some thick, dripping goo of gasoline, I realized, my stomach lurching, while Matt threw his hands up, his face draining to a ghostly white, stammering, "Chill out, Ryan, it's not what it looks like, man, let me explain." But I wasn't hearing it. I charged like a bull, slamming my fist into his jaw with every ounce of rage I had, feeling the satisfying crunch of bone under my knuckles. Blood sprayed across his gray hoodie like a violent splatter painting, and I shoved him hard into the counter, mugs, plates, a half-empty bottle of whiskey, all crashed down like a damn avalanche, shattering into a jagged mess that crunched under my boots. "My wife and my best mate, you filthy prick," I bellowed, my voice splintering with fury and a pain so deep it felt like my chest was caving in. Tara lunged at me, grabbing my arm, her nails clawing into my snow-soaked jacket, sobbing like she'd lost her damn mind. "Stop, Ryan, don't kill him, I swear I'll explain everything, just stop." I froze there, chest heaving like I'd just run 10 miles through a blizzard, the kitchen reeking of sweat, gasoline, and a betrayal that hit me like a sledgehammer to the gut. My heart was in pieces, 8 years with her, 15 with him, all torched in a single moment. Let's rewind this tape, fam, this didn't just drop out of the sky like a random lightning bolt. I'm Ryan Kessler, 39, a regular guy who struck it big with crypto back in 2021. Took a $50,000 gamble on Ethereum and some crazy altcoins, rode the bull run like a pro and turned it into $15 million when the market went supernova. No flashy Lambos or private jets, just a cozy house in Denver, my scruffy mutt Max, and Tara, my wife since 2017, 35, brunette with curves that could stop traffic, sharp hazel eyes, and a smile that used to melt me every damn time. We were a team, or so I thought, building a quiet life, dreaming of maybe kids someday, hiking trails on weekends, her laughing at my terrible campfire cooking. But then January 2025 hit and things went sideways fast. I started feeling like absolute crap, chills that wouldn't quit, nausea that twisted my stomach into knots, a cough that rattled my lungs like a broken engine. Tara turned into Nurse Perfect, bringing me steaming bowls of soup, cups of tea, tucking blankets around me on the couch, whispering, "It's just the flu, babe, you'll shake it off soon." I trusted her, why wouldn't I? She'd been my rock through every storm, the girl who'd stuck by me when I was just a broke coder with big dreams. Matt, too, he'd been my brother from another mother since high school, the guy who'd hauled GPUs into my basement in 2020 to build my first mining rig, cracking beers and joking about striking it rich. But standing there in that kitchen, staring at them with my photo dripping gasoline and that knife hovering like a guillotine, it hit me like a freight train. My life, my love, my trust, it was all a lie they'd stabbed into me, Caraho. And I was bleeding out from the inside. This betrayal didn't just explode out of nowhere, it had been simmering for months, and I was too blind to catch the smoke, fam. Let's roll back to October 2024 when the first cracks started showing. Tara came home late one night from grabbing groceries, her coat dusted with snow, reeking of some fancy new perfume that didn't match the cheap stuff she usually wore. "Where'd that come from?" I asked, leaning against the fridge, my voice edged with a flicker of doubt. She flashed that killer smile, brushing snow off her sleeve. "Oh, I tried it at the mall. Some free sample. Like it?" I squinted. "Since when do you hit the mall at 10 p.m. for perfume?" She laughed, light and breezy, sliding her hand across my chest. Ryan, always so suspicious. Relax, Tabom. You're working too hard down there in that basement. I let it slide, swallowing the unease like a bitter shot of tequila, but it stuck in my throat, a nagging itch I couldn't scratch. Then the signs kept stacking up, slow and sneaky like a thief creeping through the shadows. She'd started fiddling with her phone more. Texts she'd delete the second I walked into the room, brushing it off with, just girl talk with the crew, babe, nothing exciting. Tara'd never been big on texting. Hell, she used to tease me for being glued to my screen. So why the sudden secrecy? She'd roll in late from errands or coffee with friends. Her hair damp despite the dry Denver nights, tossing out excuses like, got caught in a freak snow shower. You know how it is. One evening, I caught her whispering into her phone in the bathroom. The door cracked just enough to hear. Yeah, tomorrow at the dive bar, he's got no clue. And when I shoved it open, she jumped, slamming the call dead, her phone nearly slipping into the sink. Who was that? I barked, arms crossed, my pulse ticking up. She forced a grin, shaky as hell. My cousin Lisa. Family drama about her ex. Don't stress, babe. I wanted to believe her. Those hazel eyes had a way of pulling me in. But the doubt was growing roots, digging deeper every day. Matt was off too, and it stung worse because he was my guy. 15 years of brotherhood. From sneaking beers in high school to rigging up my crypto empire in 2020. He'd always been the loud one, the joker, the mate who'd drag me out of a funk with a cold one and a dumb story. But by late fall, he'd gone quiet, dodging our usual hangouts, mumbling crap like, got some side gigs, man, keeping busy. One Saturday, I spotted him slipping out of our garage, tugging his cap low over his eyes like he didn't want to be seen. What you doing here? I called out, stepping onto the driveway, and Tara popped up behind him, all smiles. He dropped off some cables for your rig. So sweet of him, right? Matt smirked. Gotta keep you in the crypto game. Ryan, you're the big shot now. I nodded, buying the act. Hell, I even felt grateful, the idiot I was. Thought it was loyalty, not a knife sharpening behind my back. Those random drop-ins kept happening. Him showing up, just to say hi. Tara giggling at his lame jokes, tossing out, Matt's a lifesaver, always looking out. I'd grin, clueless, while they laid the groundwork for this mess. By December, I was brushing off more than I should have. Her late nights, his weird vibes, the way they'd go quiet when I walked into a room. I chalked it up to stress. My crypto portfolio was booming, I was pulling 16-hour days, maybe they were just giving me space. But then January hit, and my body started betraying me too. Chills that sank into my bones. Nausea that had me doubled over the toilet. A cough that sounded like I was hacking up gravel. Tara turned into my personal angel, bringing me steaming bowls of homemade soup, cups of chamomile tea, tucking me into the couch with a blanket, her voice soft. It's just a nasty bug, babe. You'll be back to normal soon. I'd sip her soup, the warmth spreading through me, and think, she's got me, always has. Matt even texted once, heard you're under the weather, bro, hang in there. And I'd replied, thanks man, you're the best. What a joke. Now, standing in that kitchen with my photo dripping gasoline and that knife glinting like a death sentence, it all crashed together. They weren't just cheating, they were plotting, and I'd been too damn trusting to see the poison coming, Carajo. After that kitchen showdown, I couldn't shut my brain off. Sleep was a lost cause. Fam. I needed hard proof before I lost my mind completely. A couple days later, Tara was out grabbing groceries. Her usual excuse, so I seized the chance. I headed to my office in the basement, my crypto sanctum, where I kept my air-gapped laptop, the one with my private keys to $15 million in Ethereum and USDT. It was locked in a steel drawer with a padlock, my fortress of digital gold. But when I got there, my gut twisted, the lock was scratched, the metal bent like someone taken a screwdriver to it. My hands shook as I popped it open and pulled out the laptop, its sleek black shell mocking me with its silence. I powered it up, the hum of the fan loud in the dead quiet room, and my heart sank. A new file sat on the desktop. Backup on Ethereum. Timestamp December 20th, 2024, 8:47 p.m. I'd been at a crypto meetup that night, downtown at a brewery, geeking out over blockchain forks with a bunch of nerds while Tara stayed home to chill. Someone had cracked into my system while I was gone. I stormed upstairs, adrenaline pumping, and spotted her phone on the kitchen counter. Unlocked, a rare slip-up. I dove into her texts. Messages with Matt, timestamped over the last month. Got the file copied, when do we move? From him, and her reply, soon, he's fading fast. Then an audio. She must have recorded it by accident. Her voice low and cold. Ryan's got no idea, Tabom. The soup's doing its job, he's weaker every day. I screamed, you sons of bitches, and smashed a coffee mug against the wall. The ceramic exploded into 100 pieces, dark liquid splattering like blood across the white paint. My knees buckled, but I kept digging. Her search history was a damn confession. Antifreeze poisoning symptoms. How long till organ failure? Transfer crypto without trace. Best mixers for Ethereum. Each entry hit like a punch to the face. She wasn't just cheating. She was killing me step by calculated step. My body was a wreck by then. Chills that left me shivering under 3 blankets. Nausea that sent me racing to the bathroom every few hours. A cough that tore at my chest like sandpaper. It had started slow, just a nagging flu I couldn't shake. But by mid-January, I was a ghost. Too weak to climb stairs, my skin clammy and pale, my hands trembling when I tried to type. Tara had been my lifeline. Every night, she'd bring me a steaming bowl of that damn soup, her special recipe. She'd say, this'll perk you up, babe, you're my tough guy. I'd sip it, the warmth spreading through me, grateful for her care, while Matt popped by every few days. Just checking on you, bro. And I'd thank him, voice raspy. You're a real one, man. What a fool. I flashed back to mid-December. Matt asking to take a peek at the rig in my basement, saying he'd read up on some upgrades. Tara chimed in. He's a tech wizard. Let him help. I'd shrugged. Sure. Knock yourself out. And handed him the keys to my kingdom. They'd been in it together 8 years with her, 15 with him, and they were poisoning me to loot my $15 million. I lost it right there in the kitchen. Grabbed a hammer from the junk drawer and went to town on a chair, swinging like a madman, with splintering and flying in every direction, my yells bouncing off the walls. They're murdering me for my money, Caraho. Every swing was a memory shattering. Our first date at a dive bar, her laughing at my terrible pool skills. Matt and me hauling GPUs into the basement, dreaming of striking it rich. Tara's hand in mine at our wedding, promising forever. Now it was all ash. I collapsed onto the floor, surrounded by broken pieces, my breath ragged, sweat mixing with tears I didn't even know I'd shed. My body was failing. Each cough felt like a knife in my lungs, my vision blurring at the edges, but my mind was razor sharp. I had to fight back, expose them, make them pay before the poison finished what they'd started. I dragged myself to the couch, clutching her phone like a lifeline, and started planning. Every second a battle against the clock ticking down my life. I couldn't face them head on. Not yet. My legs were jelly, my head spinning from whatever was eating me alive. But I wasn't about to roll over and die, fam. The next day, I played it cool. Heading to a crypto meetup, I told Tara, forcing a weak smile as I kissed her forehead, my voice flat to hide the storm inside. She nodded. Get some rest after. Babe, you look rough. I grabbed my coat and slipped out, but instead of driving off, I parked a beat-up rental car 2 blocks down. Hidden behind a snowbank, a cheap camera in my lap. I waited, shivering in the dark, the cold seeping into my bones, until around 9 p.m. Then I saw it through the living room window. Tara and Matt, tangled up on the couch, her legs draped over his, laughing like hyenas over my open laptop. The screen glowing with my crypto dashboard, wallet balances flashing in green. My hands shook so bad I nearly dropped the camera, but I hit record, zooming in on their smug faces, catching every word. He's done for? We're golden? Matt chuckled, Tara nodding. Just a few more days. I was raging, my blood boiling despite the chill, when my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. I know about you and Matt. $100,000 or I spill it all. My pulse spiked, fingers fumbling as I typed back. Who the hell is this? The reply came fast. A friend of El Cuervo. Ask around the bar scene. My head spun. El Cuervo? Some shady name I'd never heard. But it stank of trouble. That night, I limped back home after Tara had gone to bed, cornered her in the bedroom. Spill it now or I swear I'll tear this house apart. She froze, eyes wide, then crumpled to the floor, tears streaming. Okay. Matt and I run stolen crypto millions through mixers. El Cuervo's our buyer, he's got us trapped. We poisoned you to take your $15 million and split. I'm so sorry, Ryan. Her sobs were loud, messy, but they didn't touch me. My heart was stone. You killed me for dirty cash, you monster. I roared, grabbing a bedside lamp and hurling it against the wall. It smashed into a shower of glass and sparks, the bulb popping like a gunshot. The twist gutted me, not just infidelity and murder, but a full-blown criminal racket. I flashed back. Late November, Matt bragging over beers, got a side hustle that's gonna blow up, Tara shushing him, he doesn't need to know, keep it chill. I'd laughed it off, what, you selling NFTs now? They'd grinned, clinking bottles, while plotting to loot my life. My rig, my keys, my trust, they turned it all into their ATM. Tara's confession spilled more. She'd been dosing me with antifreeze, ethylene glycol, slipped into that damn soup, slow and lethal, shredding my insides while I thanked her for it. Matt handled the tech, cracking my laptop while I was out, funneling test transfers through dark web mixers to see if they'd stick. I staggered back, my knees buckling, the room spinning as another coughing fit hit, blood flecked my hand, bright red against my pale skin. You're dead to me, I spat, my voice hoarse, and she wailed, we had no choice, El Cuervo would have killed us. I didn't care, I called my cousin Javi from the car, parked a mile away, my breath fogging the windshield, round up the crew, tomorrow, I need witnesses for something big. He hesitated, you sound like hell, primo, what's up? Just do it, I snapped, hanging up, my mind racing with a revenge plan to torch their whole operation, tabom. I drove back under cover of night, parked in the shadows, and sat there, plotting every cough, every stab of pain fueling my fire. They thought I was a dead man walking, but I'd make sure they burned first. Next afternoon, I rolled up with Javi, my tia Rosa, my buddy Pete, and a couple cousins, my posse, my backup, ready to blow this nightmare wide open. I'd barely slept, my body screaming with every move, but adrenaline kept me upright. We burst into the house, and there they were in the living room, Matt sprawled on the couch, Tara draped over him, my laptop glowing between them, crypto wallets open, their fingers tapping away like they owned my damn life. Surprise, you filthy traitors. I bellowed, kicking the door so hard the frame splintered, the bang echoing like a gunshot. Tara shrieked, Ryan, no, oh God, stop, scrambling off him, her blouse half unbuttoned, tripping over the coffee table in her panic while Matt bolted upright. Shit, Ryan, wait, we can talk. Tia Rosa clutched her rosary, tears streaming, Dios mío, como pudiste hacer esto a mi sobrino, and Javi whipped out his phone. This is going viral, fam, straight to YouTube. I hit play on my camera footage, 8 years with her, 15 with you, and you poisoned me for my cash, the audio crackling through the room, their voices damning them in real time. Tara dropped to her knees, Ryan, forgive me, I love you, I swear, her sobs loud and ugly, but I was past caring. I grabbed a gas can from the garage, kept it for the lawnmower, and stormed back, splashing it over the couch, the curtains, the rug, the acrid stench filling my lungs. Your little game ends now. I snarled, flicking my lighter, the flame sparked, and I tossed it, fire roared to life, a hungry beast devouring the fabric, flames climbing the walls, the heat searing my face as the leather couch melted into a bubbling mess. Matt lunged at me, you're freaking insane. And we crashed through the coffee table, glass exploding under us like a bomb, shards slicing my forearm, blood pouring hot and fast down my sleeve. Javi yelled, Ryan, stop, you'll burn us all down, as Pete dragged Tia Rosa toward the door, coughing through the thickening black smoke that stung my eyes and throat. Tara wailed, El Cuervo's gonna slaughter us for this, Ryan, you've ruined everything. Sprinting for the front door, her hair plastered with sweat, her blouse flapping open. I grabbed my phone from the floor, nearly scorching my hand as the fire spread and then tires screeched outside. A black SUV screeched to a halt, 2 goons piling out, one leveled a pistol, popping off a shot that shattered the living room window, glass raining down like jagged hail, a piece grazing my cheek, blood trickling warm. They're here. Matt choked, scrambling over the burning debris toward the back door, his hoodie singed. My cousins shouted, Vámonos ahora, dragging me toward the exit as the flames licked the ceiling, the crackle and roar drowning out Tara's screams. I stumbled into the snow outside, collapsing on my knees, coughing up blood that stained the white ground red, the house a blazing inferno behind me. My phone buzzed, texts, footage, proof, but my vision blurred, my chest tight, the poison and smoke choking me out. This was war, and I'd lit the match, but I wasn't sure I'd live to win it. I came to in a hospital bed, tubes snaking into my arms, machines beeping like a countdown. Somehow, I'd survived. Docs said the antifreeze had trashed my kidneys. My liver was hanging by a thread, but I'd clawed my way back from the edge. My phone sat on the bedside table, cracked but alive. Text from an unknown number. Return the $15 million or you're dead by dawn. I unlocked it, hands trembling. My wallets were drained, $15 million funneled to Matt's accounts. But $2 million sat in a sloppy Binance wallet, a digital breadcrumb he'd missed. Then Tara's call came through, her voice a broken mess. Ryan, El Cuervo's got Matt. He's bleeding out in some warehouse. Save him, please, I'm begging you. Truth or another trap. My head pounded, every breath a knife in my chest. But I ripped out the 4. Pain shot through me like lightning, and staggered out of the hospital, stealing a hoodie from a chair to hide my bloody gown. I hitched a ride downtown, collapsing into a grimy bar on Colfax Avenue. The kind of dive where no one asks questions. I hacked into my phone, tracked that $2 million, still floating, unspent, and pieced together their endgame. Matt had planned to ditch Tara, take the haul solo, but El Cuervo's goons had caught him first. A thug barged in, gun gleaming under the flickering neon. Hand it over, now! And I reacted on instinct, grabbing a whiskey bottle, stuffing a rag in it, lighting it with a match from the bar. I flung the Molotov. Flames erupted, the bar exploding into chaos, tables flipping, the guy screaming as fire licked his legs, bolting out the back. I stumbled into an alley, sirens wailing closer, blood soaking my sleeve, my head spinning from the poison still rotting me from the inside. That $2 million taunted me. I could trace it, maybe claw it back, start over somewhere far from this hellhole. Tara's plea echoed. Save Matt, her lover, her partner in this nightmare, or let him bleed out. I clutched the phone, proof of their betrayal burning in my pocket, and faced the crossroads. Turn it all over to the cops, end this bloody saga, maybe save them despite the knives they'd plunged into me, or hunt the cash myself. Ditch these snakes, vanish with whatever I could salvage from the ashes of my life. You decide, fam. Would you save them or let them burn? Drop it in the comments. I'm wrecked, raging, coughing blood in a frozen alley. Their fate dangling in my shaking hands. Tabom. Thank you so much for listening to this story to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. We work for you, searching and telling you the most effective stories about real crimes, unsolved cases, modern cybercrimes, frauds of the century. Save us, put likes, write comments, and, of course, subscribe to the channel so as not to miss a single story.